Hello again, everybody. Wanted to show a couple of ideas. I mentioned in the last video that I haven't quite figured out where everything else is going to go. I got the small piping done, and now, as you can see, here is the whistle valve, and that's just a mock-up of how I might place it. There is the valve for the injector, the quick start valve that'll put steam to the injector, and I played around with some of the location of it. Obviously, one concern is you don't want a hot steam pipe coming down right there where you're going to have your hands when you're working the Johnson bar. So one idea I played around with here, maybe keeping the valve in that position and running the line back towards the back of the cab and have it come down here. That's where the injector is going to be after all. So I just mocked it up. As you can see, I'm holding in place a few of the pieces with blue tape just to kind of get an idea of how it might sit. And on the other side here, this is the quick start valve that I made a couple years ago, and that has a 1/4 inch outlet coming out of it, and that will be for the ejector, which here is the ejector, the loco parts. It creates a vacuum, so there'll be like a rubber hose connected to that, and the vacuum will go back to the vacuum brakes on the tender, which I'll show at some later date. So got playing around with that. We want it on this side, and probably located in between the water inlet things, maybe a little bit higher. And then, whoa, actually let me climb up here and give you an aerial shot. Probably have it somewhere near, this will be underneath the running board, the actual ejector. Let me get a better angle on that. One handy thing about using an iPhone, I can stick it in the cab there. So imagine if the whole ejector assembly were underneath the running board. That's the idea here. So I could just drill a 1/4 inch hole in the running board and have this pipe come straight up, this copper tubing comes straight up from underneath. See if I can show you what I'm talking about. Something like that, and except further over, obviously, and then connected with some elbows and piped a little bit to the rear. I need to make it clear the aluminum feature that will hold that aluminum block there that holds the brass prop rod for the lid. So anyway, kind of playing with some ideas, and it's fun just to put them in place and stand there and imagine, okay, if I'm actually operating the locomotive, would that be a good location for it or not? And kind of shows the beauty of being able to make up the fittings the size that you want and the locations you want. It gives you a great opportunity to customize. So I hope that is useful, and I'm not going to do anything right now. It's getting kind of late tonight on Saturday night, so I'll come out here and look at it a couple more times, and just like everything else, just do one little thing at a time. Alrighty, thanks for watching. I'll keep you posted.